All right, so now we have factoring special cases by GCF, greatest common factor. So if you've talked about this before in your other classes, you would take two numbers like, let's say 60 and 12. And you would figure out what the biggest number is that's in both of those. So like multiples of them. So you have, 6 times 10 and 3 times 20, 4 times 15, 5 times 12, 2 times 30, so forth, right? And then do the same thing here. So we have 3 times 4, 2 times 6, 1 times 12. And the reason why I wrote 1 times 12 here is because 12 is in both of these. So 12 and 12. Since 12 is the biggest number, that's the highest it could possibly be. So the greatest common factor here would be 12. Now, obviously, it doesn't always work out that the other number 12 is the biggest one, but that is the idea of what we're doing, but we're going to be doing that with variables and then also factoring too. So let's see. So looking at this, you want to ask yourself, what is the greatest amount that we can take out of both of these? So if we look at the x's, we've got 2 x's here and 1 x here. So the most I can take out of both of these is going to be x. So x. And then with the y's, we've got 1 y here and 2 y's here. Again, same idea. The biggest amount of y's we can take out is just 1 y. So this would be x, y. Would be the GCF of that. Okay, so now if you have like terms, so like we're actually going to factor now. That was just kind of finding greatest common factor. Okay, wait. So we have 3x plus 6. So we want to simplify this / factor. The only thing we're going to be able to do here is take out a GCF here. So I like to use something called the hockey stick method. And you just write a hockey stick and then ask yourself, what number can I take out of both of these? And then what variable can I take out of both of these? So number wise, 3 goes into 3 and 3 goes into 6. So the biggest number or the greatest common factor I can take out of both of those is 3. And then you're going to put the leftovers underneath, basically. So if I were to divide this by 3 and divide this by 3, what's left over? So 3 divided by 3 is 1. I'm not going to write the 1. I'm just going to write the x. And then plus 6 divided by 3 is 2. So plus 2. So then I look at this and I ask myself, is there any variables I can take out of both of these? Well, there's no x here, so I can't take an x out. There would need to be an x here to be able to take an x out. So that is going to be part of my answer. So this is going to be the parentheses part, and then the out here is the GCF part. So when I write my answer, the stuff on the outside of the hockey stick is on the outside of the parentheses, and then your leftovers are on the inside of the parentheses. Okay, so we're going to go through numbers first, then we'll do each variable separate, even if you could do it in your head. So if I look at the numbers, I know 7 can be taken out of both of those. So I'm going to take a 7 out. And when I divide by 7, this is just 1. So I'm just going to write AB. And then minus 35 divided by 7 is 5A squared B. Now I'm going to keep going with the hockey stick method because I can take out a variable. So there's 1A here and 2 A's here. So the most amount of A's I can take out of both terms is A. So if I divide by A, these A's cross out and I'm just left with B. Minus 5 a squared divided by a, that's 1 on the bottom and a 2 on top. So 2 minus 1, that's 1a left over, and the b. And then the last letter that I can take out is b. So we have 1b here, 1b here. So obviously we're just going to be taking out 1b. Since we divide by b, this is going to just be 1. At this point, I do need to write 1 because there's nothing left over to put down. So 1 minus 5, those b's go away, so it's just 5a. Okay, I can't take anything else out, so this is what's going to be my parentheses, and then this, and this is what's going to be outside of my parentheses. So when I write that, it'll be 7ab on the outside, and then it doesn't matter which way you write this, 1 minus 5a or with the a, but I like everything in standard form. So if you write it in standard form, the a should go first, and then the 1. Okay, so that is pulling out GCF. Let's do one more hard one, and then we're going to do the really hard ones in class. Okay, so there's 3 terms here, 1, 2, 3. So we have to ask ourselves what can be taken out of all of these, 24, 30, and 12. 2, obviously. 6 would probably be the biggest. 12 goes into this one, but 12 doesn't go into this one. So 6 is probably the biggest one we can take out. If you find out like you do 2, you can keep going, and then you'd probably take out 3, and like you just multiply those, and you would end up with 6 anyway. So it doesn't matter if you start with 2 and then do another hockey stick and then do 3, because you would do 2 times 3. So you'd still get 6. But anyways, divide by 6 on all 3 terms. So we're going to get 4x cubed y squared minus 5x squared y cubed plus 2x squared y to the 4th. Okay, now we can take out our x's. So looking, we have 3 x's here, 2 here, and 2 here. So the most we can take out of all 3 terms would be 2 of them. We can take x squared out. So divide each of these by x squared. So this is going to be 4. 1x is left over, y squared minus 5. The x squared and x squared cancel out, so those go away. Plus 2. Again, x squared cancel out, so we're left with just the y's. All right, so looking at the y's, we have a y squared, a y cubed, and a y to the 4th. So the most we can take out of all 3 terms is going to be this one, which is the y squared. It's usually the smallest one that you can take out of all of them. So divide by y squared, y squared. Okay, so we're left over with 4x here. Those cancel, minus 5. We have 1y left over when we divide here. Plus 2, we have 2 y's left over here. Okay, that is it. We can't take anything else out because we have y's here, but not a y here, and we have x here, not x there. So all the numbers are good. We can't take anything else out. So this is going to be my parentheses, and my GCF will be on the outside. So we have 6x squared, y squared, parentheses. We want to put this in standard form, so the highest degree is going to be this one, 2y squared, and then these both have the same degree, so just we'll do it in alphabetical, plus 4x minus 5y. And there you go.